If you've been searching best realtor in Sioux Falls, I want to help you think about this a little bit differently. The better question isn't who's the best overall, because depending on whether you're a first-time home buyer, business owner, someone downsizing, the right fit looks different. If we haven't met yet, I'm advertising the fifth. I help people buy, sell real estate, invest in it in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm the founder of Move to Sioux Falls, where we focus heavily on education so people can make wise, confident decisions, not only emotional ones. I believe we're called to seek the peace and prosperity of the city we live in, to build wisely, invest intentionally, and plant ourselves somewhere where we can grow. Also, share the gospel, if you haven't noticed. Choosing a realtor might be the most important decision you make in your real estate journey. Let me explain that a little bit further. It's not because of personality, not because of billboards, not because of who has the most yard signs, even though we like to think we need all that, but because the wrong realtor can cost you time, money, peace of mind, and a whole slew of other things. And depending on your season of life, the wrong fit can feel overwhelming, very overwhelming actually. If you're a first-time home buyer, take for example, maybe you're thinking, I don't feel ready. I don't know what I'm doing. What if I make a mistake? What if I get stuck? All very valid questions. But you might also be thinking about renting is like throwing money away. Saving for a down payment is hard. Home prices feel high. Interest rates are intimidating. The process feels super, super confusing. But deep down, I want to let you guys know some other things. Hardworking young adults should be able to get ahead. You shouldn't need to be rich to own a home. You deserve a place to belong. That's like the first time home buyer bucket, right? And now if you're a business owner, the tension looks a little different. You're thinking probably to yourself, my income's inconsistent. What if the bank says no? I built this business myself, and why does this feel harder? I don't want to look financially unstable. You're dealing with a lot of external factors as well, like 2 years of tax returns, at least, write-offs for lowering income, for qualifying income. Lenders don't quite understand entrepreneurs, and there is paperwork overload. But philosophically, if you can run a business, manage payroll, serve customers, and take risks, you should be able to own a home. Responsible entrepreneurs deserve some stability. And that starts with like your shelter, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's move on to a downsizer. Downsizing isn't about square footage. It is about transition. These people, you guys might think, hey, this house holds a lot of memories for me. I'm not sure I'm ready to transition. I want a simpler life though, but I don't want to make the wrong decision. We're thinking like about some other factors though, like my current house, the stairs are hard. The yard work is overwhelming. Repairs are starting to get expensive. Utilities are really high. Sorting through decades of belongings feel exhausting. But a home should serve your season of life, not trap you. So after decades of work, life should be lighter. Why this matters to me? When I was a first-time home buyer, I didn't actually have it all figured out. I received a gift and paid it back to make it happen. Later, when I was getting into my business, I used a HELOC to buy my second property, and honestly, it scared me. When Kayla and I, who started Sodax Days, we lived on one income for a year while we figured out that business. There were months that it felt tight. I was working long hours. And then when my dad passed away, I helped my mom downsize her home. That wasn't just paperwork. There was grief. There was sorting through memories. There was making decisions during emotional moments. I know what the pressure feels like. I know what risks feel like. I know what the uncertainties feel like between helping a bunch of families move to Sioux Falls or within Sioux Falls or even building my own portfolio. I have learned something. The best realtor isn't the loudest. It's the one who fits your situation. So 5 things to look for in a Sioux Falls realtor. First, do they educate or do they just open doors? A strong realtor who's educating explains the contract, contingencies, timelines, the risk. You should never walk away from a meeting confused. And if so, ask a question and they better respond back quickly in their communication. Second is, do they understand your financial situation? Yeah, I'm not a lender, neither is other realtors, but do they understand self-employed income? Do they explain payment comfort, not just price? Do they know how to coordinate selling and buying a home at the same time? Third, do they talk long-term strategy, resale value, equity growth, refinance opportunities, rental backup plans, 5-year positioning? Especially in Sioux Falls, a growing, stable market, strategy matters. Fourth, do they communicate clearly? You shouldn't have to wonder what's happening with my offer. Did they send that paperwork? Where are we with the process? That all should come up initially and then again throughout the process. Fifth is, do they protect or pressure you? If someone pressures you to write a fast offer without clarity, that's not guidance, that's insecurity, that's pressure to just get a paycheck. Strong realtors explain risks and they let you decide confidently in your decision making. So if you're moving to Sioux Falls, if you're watching from out of state, there's another layer entirely. You need clarity on neighborhood difference, schools, growth corridors, property taxes, new construction versus established homes, city living versus acreages. That's why I created a free Sioux Falls relocation guide. It walks through the market neighborhoods, pricing ranges, and what to expect before you ever step foot here. You can download it below in the description because education should always come before action. The bigger perspective on thinking this is a house isn't just square footage. For a first-time home buyer, it's a sense of belonging. For a business owner, it's a sense of stability. For someone downsizing, it's peace. Your realtor should understand that. Hopefully I do, but I'm not the right person for everyone. I believe though wisdom matters and big decisions should come from clarity and not fear. So I just have some final thoughts on this. I'm not the right realtor for everyone. It's a fact. But if you value education, strategy, long-term thinking, clear communication, and someone who genuinely cares about your seat, then we'd probably work well together. If you're trying to figure out your next step in real estate, you don't have to do it alone. Of course, I'm here for you. Some people need a house, some people need a plan, some people just need clarity, or all of them. And that's why I start with conversations. There's a link below if you want to talk. No pressure, just some wisdom, just some guidance from me. And if you're moving to Sioux Falls, grab that relocation guide as well. It will be helpful, I promise you. So, wisdom for the journey. I'll leave you with this. By wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. Proverbs 24:3. Your home should be built on wisdom and not urgency. I'll see you in the next video.